Hello everyone, this is Stuti Khare from Institute of Law, Nirma University and interning under the Amikus Qriae. Today we will talk about the recovery of debts due to banks in India. In India, banks play a very important role in economic development. It acts like a backbone to the economy while allocating the resources and money in the best efficient manner. A bank bridges the gap between those who have excess capital and those who are in the need of money. The main function of bank is to take the deposits from the customers and lend it to a person when in need. With the benefits, the banking system is also facing numerous challenges. One of the main issues of the system in today's time is the recovery of debts in India. Bad debts have been choking the banking system. A lot of mess has been created by the politicians and the businessmen and the rich by availing huge amount of loans from the banks at a cheap rate through jacks but not returning on time, leading to affect the bank's ability to lend new credit. Thus, banks are struggling to recover the debt and they resort to only two legislations that the country have, that is, the Recovery of Debts Due to Banks and Financial Institutions Act 1993, known as the RDB Act, and the Securitization and Reconstruction of Financial Assets and Enforcement of Security Interest Act 2002, called the SARFAESI Act. Overview of the RDB Act 1993. The RDB Act came into force for speedy adjudication and recovery of debts with the help of recovery tribunals established under the Act. It deals with the cases with amount which is equal to or greater than rupees 10 lakh. When a bank wants to recover the debt, it has to make an application to the Debt Recovery Tribunal. The DRT, after the proceedings, issue a recovery certificate and it is executed by the recovery officer. Overview of the SARFAESI Act 2002. Under SARFAESI Act, banks will label the loan as non-performing asset, that is NPA, and then claim for the recovery by securitization, asset reconstruction, or security enforcement. The banks have the power to issue demand notice to the defaulter asking to pay back within 60 days. If the person defaults further, then the bank can take the defaulter's assets without the intervention of the court and then it can sell the said property, change the management, or ask the mortgager to surrender the property to the bank or even assign an appointer to handle the property. The issues with the debt recovery in India are that under the RDB Act, the cases were supposed to be dismissed in 6 months, but it takes more than a year for disposal. The number of cases to be handled by DRT is increasing, but their number remains the same. Also, the number of recovery officers are not there to execute the order. The banks also suffer obstacles like customer bankruptcy. When a customer goes bankrupt, the process is lengthy and even takes years, and the banks do not get their money back. To collect the money, the banks often end up contacting wrong people who have already paid back their money. This way, there is wastage of time of the bank. Sometimes the customers takes loans for their business and the amount is huge, but their business collapses and they are unable to pay back the debt. Here, the bank should be strict and must have performed credit properties verification and implemented rigid rules about receivables. There must be preliminary inquiry before lending huge loans. The other issues include the liquidity of assets, the mismatch in the debt amount and the value of assets. Also, keeping the assets for considerable amount of time makes them unproductive, and even then, the debts are not recovered. Though the country has redressal mechanism for the recovery of debt, but the banks are in need of new innovations to recover those bad debts. The banks should adopt steps like auto-generated statements on cell phones. The collection activity should be customer friendly, have accurate customer data, or give multiple payment options to widen the scope of recovery. A more practical and easy approach for recovery should be adopted to stop the further bad debts faced by banks and so that the recovery can be done in an efficient manner. Thank you.